Welcome to the Bookmap Academy meeting. So this is where we go through the applicants and Bookmap Junior Academy spreadsheets, and we look at their content and give feedback and coaching on their trade journaling. This is all free. It's part of the Bookmap Academy. If you are interested in that, you can go to bookmap.com. Here, click on the More button and then go to Bookmap Academy here. All the information is here and you can apply here for this. If you're interested in this program, you can earn Bookmap for free and a lot more. You can work your way up to coach and also a streamer. So it's a pathway here for you guys, and we're happy to provide this for you. So I got to go through the disclosures, and then I also want to go through something else here. General disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so I want to go through the Black Friday event here. The deals that we're offering on Black Friday. For those of you who are attending this meeting and not Bookmap subscribers, this is a pretty good opportunity to try it. There's two different deals. There's actually one here on the left, 50% off for even current monthly subscribers. So it's for subscribers, current monthly subscribers, as well as people that are new to Bookmap in the first month. So on the left here, the Bookmap current subscribers for the month. If you're new to Bookmap or digital free user as well, you can get 50% off here. This is off running through November 28th or 23rd to the 28th. It's live now, actually, so you can sign up now. And if you are new to Bookmap, then there's the 60% discount here. It's also open to digital free users as well as previous Bookmap subscribers. Scroll down here. Here's the first deal for the three months if you're interested. And then down below here is the deal for the first month new subscribers or previous subscribers. I'll put the link into the chat here for you guys so that you have it, and then you can or I just did. It's in the chat for you. Okay, in Discord as well as in YouTube. You guys have it. Okay. All right. So that said, let's move on and start to go through some of the trading activity in here. So Jack went through some trades here for JZA and a few others. Then also we have Slowdown, who went through a few images and gave some feedback and coaching, and then Stan as well. So we have three different coaches in here. We're going to go through what they were covering. Jack is away, so it'll just be me covering what Jack has written, and then also for Slowdown, it will be I'll be going through the details that Slowdown provided me, and then when Stan gets on, we'll go through the open mic. Okay. All right. So JZA, this is what you can see here. The wrong initial bias here at number 1. This is where looks like you bought. No, I'm sorry. That is not quite right. Well, anyway. Or maybe you sold and then covered very quickly here, and it looks like you maybe sold again in here. So the this is technically a consolidation and not a pullback in this area. And here's what Jack is talking about. But yeah, I mean, I can understand where you're coming from here. I do see the move down. And then it is consolidating, but then you get the move down again here. So anyway, as Jack had kind of summarized here, your offsize at the open tried to long into a short setup on the first black box there. Okay, right in here. It looks to me like there is a sale here and then a cover though, and it's kind of hard to see on the image. That's the issue. And then you can see another sale in here. The second black box is let's see, canceled my sell orders and hesitated, and then yeah, you can see some of that in here, and then retest on the you shorted the retest of the VPOC here, and close on the overnight VPOC. So yeah, down into this this box in here. Fourth box up here, black box that Jack had outlined, a little bit of a short squeeze to the upside here, and then waited for the VPOC retest here, and then nice trade here. Okay, so looking for that follow through, which I like very much in here. Now, I mean, there's a lot of kind of choppy stuff in here, and this is where I think the coaching can be really helpful for you, to be honest, because we all kind of fall into these like, well, what is the market doing? Well, when you start to look for something very, very specific, this is when it gets easy over here. Okay? You're looking at something very specific over here, and that is the VPOC here, and then you see some selling here. Really, the safer bet would be probably over here as it starts to break away from it and you see selling. Okay, and yeah, I can see you trail your stop down like that. That's really good. Reduce the risk immediately. And I love your target, getting out here right in front of the high liquidity here. That's a beauty. And this is easy pickings here. This is difficult, right? It's choppy. It's moving back and forth. There's a lot of things to consider in here. To take a look at. I mean, look at this move back up into high liquidity up in here, and this is going to be a stop run in here because there's going to be a lot of people getting chopped up that are selling down in here, and it looks like you included, but you took some profit in here on the short move here as well. This is also really nice. This is the same setup. Okay, it is starting to break below your point of control. And then you're taking your profit into high liquidity down here. Beautiful. Okay, so I would suggest along with being careful in here about your bias, as Jack is mentioning, to consider looking at something very specific and then the order flow around that specific element. Okay, it seems like you like VPOC. Great. So stick with that and look for the order flow around it. This is beautiful up here. You get this really, really strong move and then equally right back down to it. Right now, it could have bounced here again. It didn't. We don't see buyers come in. This happens all the time. We see this all the time. We would assume that there might be buyers in here if these are real buyers in here. I imagine they're not. And might be some, but probably a lot of stops. Right. So once it starts to curl around in here, then this is the easy trade. Okay, and it worked beautifully for you. One of the other things to look at in here, so the look at the volume. Okay? I mean, we covered the liquidity here, also in here. Look at the volume. Look at your volume, not just your dots, which are excellent for showing you precisely where the volume is trading, but look at your bars. These are your delta bars. How much buying is in here? Okay, not a whole lot. Right, so your bias is still, with this kind of trending move here from the, I can't see where it came from, so I don't know how far away a price came from, but I do see a lot of selling in here. So you're looking for that selling to come back in, and this is really, really nice kind of idea, looking for that below the VWAP here and then the continuation. All right. So that's a nice one there, Jack. Thank you, and thank you, JZ. Crash. All right. Open the mic for Crash. So let's get you on the mic here. There you are.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, how are you doing, Kelly?
Great, thank you. Happy
Um,
Thanksgiving, everybody.
yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't know if you want to go through some of your thought process on this one.
All right, so let me see which one you guys got here. Okay, so this was a trend up day the other day, and because it was a trend up, I wrote it up a little bit, exited, and then I was looking for another pullback to get another entry into it. And I need to shrink this so I can see the screen here. There we go. You can see that I use a lot of different points of confluence on the screens with the different types of indicators of Bookmap and Market Pulse. And my favorite one so far of everything I've been trying is the VPI spikes. So that'll either be the red spikes down or the green spikes up. But in this particular case, I was looking for a 5-minute pullback. A lot of my trades, I will use a 15-minute or a 5-minute setup. So if it's been going up, showing strength, and it's an upward trend, then I'll look for a 5 or a 15-minute pullback at a point of confluence, either with a moving average or liquidity zone. And what I really like is when I see favorite setup is seeing sweeps plus stops into a liquidity zone on Bookmap with a VPI spike. So those 3 or 4 things together: the VPI spike, the sweep, and the stops down into a liquidity zone. And then if you see the immediate reversal of sell volume going into buy volume, that's when it's a pretty significant opportunity to get in. I personally like to leg in into the trades. So you don't have to be perfect on these. I think many times if you're starting to come down a couple different liquidity zones, just depending on what else you use, but you can see that I've highlighted several spikes there. But the one that I like the most is the third one, because you can see that that is coming down into a liquidity zone with the sweeps that are occurring, followed by a big buy volume. So
Which
that's
one?
what this,
Crash are you talking about?
yeah, that one right there.
This one here or this one?
Yeah, well, so for what I have been noticing is that if you get multiple VPI spikes, let's just say, for example, on the way down, this one doesn't show it quite as clearly, but you'll see a shift. And I know HE Trader's been showing this too. You'll see actually a shift in the level of the spike. And so a lot of time, the actual low that you see where your pencil drawing is right there,
Yeah.
many times that VPI spike is just slightly higher than the one to the left-hand side.
Mm.
So let's just say you saw that initial zone right above the number 4 mark there, right? You can see that liquidity zone with the little sell coming in. And so let's say you saw that VPI spike. Well, you just leg in. Yeah, right there. Let's just say you decided to leg in because you got a VPI spike right above that liquidity zone there. But what I like best is that you start seeing the sweeps starting to occur on that next VPI. That's right there. As you're coming down, you start to see the purple sell sweeps coming into that liquidity zone. And there are some other examples where you'll see more of the sweep dots. But when you start seeing sweep dots into a liquidity zone with sell stops and a VPI spike, man, it's a sniper's dream. Quite honestly, I'm going to post a couple slides later today, but if you just use the heavy liquidity zone with the sweeps um, and stops at a VPI spike, you can snipe all day long on the NQ 10 points, easy here and there. And if you have other targets that you're using, whether it's liquidity zones or other moving averages or Fibonacci's, then you can ride it for a lot longer. And what Bookmap has been helping me to do with the VPI spikes is to have a really precise entry so that I'm having very low risk at that entry point, and I ride it for quite a bit higher. So the example of this one, again, was a 5-minute pullback, looking for the VPI sell sweep into a liquidity zone to reverse my position to buy again. And that's what I'm doing right here.
Yeah. This is great. I mean, there's your setup right there. You know, you've got it articulated, you've got it outlined. You know exactly what you're looking for. You've got a host of confluences, and then you're looking. This is the key, though. You got to have that volume come in on the other side.
Exactly.
And then once you got it here, you know that a lot of people are stopped out. It swept the book. You saw the stops. You got the VPI or volume pressure imbalance at an extreme in here after several moves to the downside.
That's right.
So where are you looking to enter?
So for me, I always, like 95% of the time, I leg in and leg out of a trade. So when I see the sweep and hit that sweep with the high sell right into that liquidity zone, and I see the VPI spike, I buy right there.
Really?
So I'll leg in right there.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
So that you'll start your position down here, and then do you add like when you start to see
Yeah.
this volume?
And then, yep, as soon as I see that volume pop in there with the buy sweeps up, I add.
Okay. Okay. What about do you scale out on the way up?
I do. I do. But in this particular case, I already had, like I have a game plan of where I think the market's going to go. So in this particular case, because it was a trend up, I had already had thoughts that it was going to go up higher to hit a couple different moving averages. So if you look through my the slides that I've been doing on a regular basis this month, you'll see that I use on a 1 minute chart the 89 and the 200 and the 400 SMA quite regularly. And so I will use those moving averages with liquidity zones on Bookmap to leg out of my trades.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
So, yeah,
Yeah, using that. I mean that's what we keep on saying again and again. Like if you are using moving averages, Fibonacci's, whatever it is, like I'm not a fan of either of those. Doesn't matter if you are, and it matches with some of the order flow. You've got something.
exactly. And that's what makes it so cool to me is the Bookmap really tells the story that matches with a couple of the other things that I use. And of course, you don't have to use the moving averages, but I have found that the trade setups that I have, they're just repeatable day after day after day after day. But the thing that Bookmap does is it shows the precision. It shows that what you're already thinking is a game plan is actually happening. So you don't have to use Fibonacci's, you don't have to use moving averages. But for me, you use those in conjunction with the book map, and it's like taking candy from a baby.
Excellent, excellent stuff. Uh, do you have like maybe just a few seconds to talk about how you got the name Crash?
Yeah, so I was an F-16 pilot in the Air Force, and I got stationed out at Hill Air Force Base, which is outside of Salt Lake City in Utah. And I was brand new wingman, had just been there for 2 weeks, and we got deployed to Las Vegas to go fly in something called Red Flag, which is a big simulated war. And so one of my Air Force Academy buddies that I'd gone to school with, he was a big dirt bike rider with me. We both had dirt bikes. So we took our dirt bikes with us down to Las Vegas. And so I was with my second week of flying with the unit. And on Friday afternoon, we decided to go hogging out in the desert behind the base in Vegas. And I went off a jump and totally biffed it on the way down. And I had a spiral fracture of my left leg.
Oh,
So you usually get a call sign from something stupid that you do in your career, and that's that's what mine was. So I had a spiral fracture in my left leg, knocked me out of flying for a couple months after only being there for 2 weeks.
oh wow, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, okay. We'll have to talk.
Fortunately, nothing to do with actually crashing a jet, so that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's what I was worried about. Is like, okay, he's talking to us, but it says Crash F-16. Anyway, um,
Yeah, no.
thanks, Crash. So let me. I'm going to jump over to the next one. We got a lot to go through. So, but
All right.
really, really great stuff. And I love how um, you have taken this from your journaling and some of these, very specific things, especially with the market pulse here, and putting it together, studying it, and now you have a plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I didn't really talk about that one point. I don't want to take too much time, but this liquidity pulling that you see with the SRI and the SR there on the left-hand side. If you're coming up to a big liquidity zone at zero point 0.6, but you think there's a potential for it to go higher, I use the liquidity pulling here to decide whether it's going to go up to the next band of liquidity zone above it. And so if I start seeing the real dark red as it comes up, I'll stay in the trade. If I don't see it happening quite as much, then I'll be a little more cautious about taking more off here and not riding it as long. But I use that on a decision making factor on how much legging out I do at that particular liquidity zone right there.
Nice. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, if they're going to pull liquidity, you might as well pull yours as well, you know?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, great stuff. All right. Thanks, Crash. Let's move on to next one here, and Shark Baloo. I've been making some great content in here, and let's see. Are you in here? And you want to? Do you want to grab the mic as well? Yeah, you're in here. Hello, hello. Up to you. I mean, uh,
Can you hear me?
yes, there you are. How are
Can
you
you hear
doing?
me? Okay, I'm here.
Yeah. Do you want to walk us through your trade here as well, or your journaling?
Mhm. Which one are we looking at here?
It's the ES from Tuesday, or I'm sorry, Thursday, the 16th, so a week ago.
Yes. So been working on trying to wrap my head around how price reacts at resting liquidity, and also trying to figure out context of trending. That seems to be my blind spot, right? Catching a trend early on.
Uh-huh.
I just break this down and just try and narrate to myself what I'm seeing after the fact to learn how to see this stuff real time.
Yeah. That's excellent. I mean, like, uh, that's like the first step, really, that we request. I mean, Slowdown a few weeks ago, or a few meetings ago, went through his process. In fact, I'll bring it up here. I've got it handy right here. Uh, and this is just so worthy. I mean, it's just so great.
Wow.
Progression, always getting better. So example one, here's what his charts look like on his markups. Identifying certain things, looking for certain things. Oh, I'm sorry, that was May 2023. Here is the refinement in July. So a handful of months later, look how much uh, more focused he's looking at. Very specific things in here, putting pieces together. And then finally, look what he took from that. And then in October 2023 here, so a handful of months after that, he's got his setup. And you guys have seen
This
his.
this Wyckoff thing,
Yeah,
he's doing is amazing.
yeah, it's fantastic. And look at this. I mean, look at that beautiful entry after a break of that low here. So this is the goal, is to, and Crashes has just done that as well. He started marking up those charts, and then going through the process. He's got a setup now. Okay, and he's just looking for that, right? I mean, he's probably got other setups, and I know that Slowdown is looking at other setups as well. Uh, just one note on that, guys, before we get back into you, Shark Blue, because it's about your guys trading, is the setups. As you start to look at different setups, be very careful. Keep them as separate studies. Okay, one thing is working for you, keep it that way. If you add something else in, it is, I mean, just even one little difference. If you add in, so let's suppose like on this one, Slowdown decides to add a moving average or a Fibonacci or whatever it is, study it separately. Okay, so you don't want to confuse something that's already working well for you. All right, because that'll set you back. All right, so
So what I noticed here,
mhm.
what I noticed here is this VPOC migration up and down. To me, I'm just seeing buyers and sellers are agreeing on price within this range.
Within this range here.
Yeah, buyers and sellers just kind of, agreeing on price, ping ponging back and forth in this range. And I'm looking for an indication of when price is going to leave this range and move one way or another. Uh, you know, before it happens and as it happens.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. What the pink line is your
Pink line
is your
is my
VP
VPOC.
VPOC, right? Okay. So the
Yellow is my mid.
is your VWAP or your mid? I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, VWAP is green, and they all kind of come together right there as buyers and sellers are, happy with price right there. Every time it goes up, they bring it back down. It goes down, they bring it back up. And at this VPOC migration south here at 11 o'clock, it price, I see price rejecting that migration down and headed back up towards the VWAP in the mid, and then breaking out of that consolidation, coming back to test the VWAP and the mid, once, twice, and then that move out of that area.
At this point here, or at this point
Yeah,
over here?
well, at both of them, at the first one initially, and then that recheck of that little consolidation higher, and then the move out.
Got you. Okay. Oh, this consolidation. Got you. Yeah. 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 Good stuff. I mean, there's some interesting things in here. In terms of exactly what you're saying, like we have this alignment. So you're looking at these kind of higher time frame indicators or understanding of what's going on with price action. And then in here, there's really, I mean, there in terms of setups or in terms of something to consider for your trading, because this is a range bound trade in here. It's possible though. Look at the liquidity. Look where price
Right.
goes into the liquidity. Now, in terms of sellers and buyers, it's all over the place. There's buyers here, there's sellers here, there's buyers coming in here, there's sellers in here, and yet again buyers in here, and they decide to break out here. Who knows? We don't have any idea. But into high liquidity in here, and then we can look at exhaustion, absorption. Maybe you look at your volume pressure spikes, or something like this, to give some really nice mean reversion type of trades. That's a possibility. And yeah, I really like how you're looking at after this consolidation here above your VPOC. And then why don't you walk me through that a little bit, like what you're looking at in here, like these two boxes that are cyan.
Okay, so the larger box is that larger swing move above the VPOC, then the VWAP, then the mid, right? So I just marked that off. It also aligns with some low volume nodes in the session profile. And same thing with that little one, except that's on the chart profile, I just mapped that out from the kind of the little dips in that volume there, and just watch price bounce off that high and that low of that volume and break out of it, come back, recheck it, and then head back out, head north.
You mean this little area in here?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, that's beautiful. I know this is something Rob also likes to look at, kind of a high volume node in here, but there's an imbalance, and or you can also look at trap volume in here as sellers, and then here's where they're going to be pulling it away. Yeah, yeah, good
That
stuff.
low, the low in both of those boxes, first the bigger one and then the second one, both align with that previous point of control before the migration right there.
Yeah, yeah. Um, this one here, is that what you're talking about? The
No,
pink?
the one before it migrated there.
Oh, here. Yeah,
Yeah, right there.
got
So
you.
so both of those, they kind of rechecks it again, consolidates above it, and then starts to move up. And then of course you see the volume pick up right there.
Yeah. Yeah, great idea with that. I like that a lot, of acceptance above this point of control, and or I'm sorry, the your mid, and previous point of control. So you still have all that alignment, except you just had that migration right here on the VPOC. Um, but yeah, makes good sense. And then once you start to see that that volume picking up in here, uh, that's definitely. Is this something you're studying?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, and if you see the box at number 4, I kind of have a zoom in on that area, and I keep seeing this, and it was brought to my attention in something Tom said recently. But the way price consumes that liquidity, breaks above it, dips back below, goes and rechecks that level, even though the liquidity has been transacted, and then rejects it, and then liquidity moves back in the book. That's that same level that price tested and rejected there almost at noon.
Yeah, yeah, nice stuff. Um, okay, excellent. Anything else?
No, that's what I see there. And like I said, my goal is to be able to get better at catching this stuff in real time.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds great. So let me let's move on to the next. Uh,
Thank you, Bruce.
oh, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Good stuff. Keep going. Um, let me get to. Hold on a minute. Slow down. Okay, new guy in here, Don, and here's what Slowdown had to say about your image in here. In fact, let me open this a couple times. Got I can read it and then also read the chart. Okay. Um, okay. So I don't know if he's in here or not. If so, do you want the mic? Not slow down, but Donji Dondeji. Yeah, put your hand up if you can, and we can go through it. No, okay. Um, hold on just a minute. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll go through here and learn from Coach Slowdown here what he went through. So first off, see, he says here, most interesting to me in this images is the liquidity picture. There is clear liquidity discrepancy between bid and ask as noted. We see liquidity added on pullbacks and shifting higher, preventing any movement from sellers. It's a really good one. I mean, look at this high liquidity in here, and coming into the bid, and in the uptrend all the way through. In fact, we're looking at a stock here, APLM. I don't even know which stock it is, but the um, the larger player activity in stocks, you'll see this a lot more often, and it's pretty incredible stuff to see. Uh, they're on the bid in here, no question about it. They're following up underneath all the way here, and that's a really strong sign, as long as there's buyers, aggressive buyers, right? They don't want any part of this, or is totally absorbed by sellers, and then buyers come in back again, like in this example, maybe here. So let me make this a little bit bigger in here. Yeah, big exhaustion in here, and then potential counter rotation back to the liquidity, and you get it here, and then this is kind of odd behavior in here. It does not come back down into here, and they're just like, here 30K block comes in up underneath it here. So stacked on the bid side. Yeah, great identification. Selling into the not able to get through here, so absorption, right? Beautiful. And the continuation on up, again, support underneath, and some back and forth in here, some more support underneath, it continues to trend. Okay, so just looking for basically a few elements in here on this pretty strong move to the upside. Just a note in here on the some of the stocks, and it's hard to see in some of the volume delta dots in here, but you can kind of see it in the bars down here. So look how this is kind of going up on more sell volume. You'll see this a lot more in stocks. I have, at least. Sometimes you see it in futures. But there's a lot of selling in here. But there's all of this on the bid in here as well. And a lot of times it's just there's although there's might be more selling, it doesn't take much for buyers to move price higher because there's a lack of liquidity, right? So this is how that phenomena, this is one of those examples of how that phenomena can exist. So it's pretty odd price action, to be honest. But this is a really good one to cover. It's a good example of it. Typically what we see in a trending move is exactly the opposite of this. Exactly the opposite. Well, in terms of liquidity, yes, there's high liquidity on the offer getting filled. Buyers hit into it. It almost eats up all of that liquidity. You usually get a slight pullback, and then it's completely dark on the other side here. Right? No one's interested in buying at a higher level. There's just no interest in the auction at all. So price will start to kind of creep back up on a low volume pullback into this area in here, and then you'll get more buyers coming in. This is where you see the more aggressive buying starting to come in this area here, right? So some good stuff on that one. What Slowdown really likes here: clean and organized display. This is one of his hallmarks, and I think it is a really valid point. The cleaner that you can and kind of more organized you can be with your markups, it just means you're more focused. You know what you're looking for. And it actually kind of turns into some artwork. But you just know exactly what you're looking for. That's a beautiful thing, right? So let's see some suggestions from Slowdown. Maybe experiment with the volume pressure imbalance. Seems like everyone seems to like that one. I like it too a lot with the Market Pulse. You guys have free access to these tools too. So go check it out. It's in the educators library. Or education library section on Discord. I linked to it the other day in the Bookmap chat there, Bookmap Academy chat. Okay, so yeah, that's it for Don Gigi, and then CMJ. Let's go through that one. Okay. And make this bigger here. Okay. And CMJ, I don't know, are you in the room? Would you like the mic? Maybe walk us through. Yeah, there you are. Okay, looks like you are still muted. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Okay, I just had to move the mic closer.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, do you want to take us through what you're looking at in here, and then we'll go through slowdown suggestions.
Yeah, I guess this is most of the trades that I've been working on have been based off of the Traders Lab with Tom B.
Uh-huh.
And so I guess this is a short on ES. I saw the test into the liquidity up above, and
Up here.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and saw that it fell, and it tested a couple of times. I still struggle with knowing exactly when to enter, but I saw the failure, and then the VPOC shifted back down. So my entry, I saw the selling structure right where my entry was at. I saw where the exhaustion was coming in. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So this exhaustion in this little consolidation area here, is that what you're talking about?
yes.
Okay, excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, that along with the VPOC migration down after the test was just I used as I guess further confluence and validation that there was selling off, it was going short, and so I scaled that risk.
Okay.
And I had my predetermined. I'm sorry.
So go ahead.
Yeah, and I had my predetermined scale and areas to exit the trade, and so I just traded to those targets.
So targets being down by the liquidity in these areas here.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. What do you think about the trade in here? What would you look at maybe for improving?
Entering earlier, mostly entering like you see where my stop is. My stop is down lower. The trigger to me actually was before my stop. I can't really. Over to your left. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can make it bigger here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my trigger to me, my stop should be back into the liquidity above the high points where the initial tests were.
Up in here.
Yes.
Okay.
And my entry should have been at the first exhaustion over to the left, right alongside with the stop. Over to your right some more. I'm sorry.
I can't see the price action behind here, but I guess maybe you're saying it traded into liquidity here and then maybe exhausted out here, or was there?
Yeah, because it tried to get to VWAP and it failed twice. I didn't see the VWAP line above as well, but yeah, the VWAP line, VWAP to VPOC is a trade in the Traders Lab that I've been working on.
Uh-huh.
And so once it tested into the VWAP twice and failed, my entry should have been right where your pencil is now.
Right here.
And in that exhaustion area, yeah.
Oh, you would get in up here actually.
Yeah, and my first scale should actually be at VPOC.
Okay.
It may be a little tight, but that's just reviewing what I've been learning that. So my first scale should have actually been where I entered at. Okay. And then my runner should have been going down into the prior value area or the overnight low.
Okay. So yeah, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay. So let's go through. Well, I have some comments on that, but let's go through what Slowdown has written here. The liquidity transact stop runs by ICE absorption. He sees this as an event and would trail a stop above this counter rotation, and for potential change in who's in control. So because we're at the low of the day here, and there's the potential for continuation, but be cautious. Yeah, that's some really nice feedback in there. Looking at a host of different events in here. There's quite a bit to look at, and I like you getting out in some of these areas as well. Anyway, let's see what else do we have down here. In this example, we see previous, or we can see market pulse extremes readings leading to counter rotations and no buy side pressure visible. Okay. This is also, I think, really good feedback because what we have here in these extreme readings, and this is something also I didn't mention with crash, but a lot of times you'll see these extreme readings in here in your market pulse volume pressure, but you won't get an extreme reading on the buy side. It just doesn't happen. There's just not enough buyers. So you know what you can look at here is kind of an average, but you can kind of look up at like this area in here as these other extreme readings. They're not hitting your threshold, but they are extreme readings here, and they're kind of like a retest back to zero type of thing. And those can actually lead to some really nice ideas in here that line up really nicely for your pullbacks. Then you can look at your market structure in here. This one almost came up to it here, but this starts to align pretty well. And we're just talking about volume in here because I don't see much liquidity. You got your heat map on pretty stark. But there's some ideas in there. And then these big extreme readings in here, not only is slowdown saying this, but also crash F16. So we can, you've got a whole host of events in here. So, it may continue, but there's a lot of things to look at here for maybe a counter rotation at that point.
Right. And what I've been, I haven't acted on it. It's just based off of your class, your training sessions this week. I think we were talking about the market pulse and the volume pressure, like where we're then getting those extreme readings, but it's not getting it back above the zero line.
Yeah.
To stay in the trade longer. I've just been looking at how I can, because I've been trading to predetermined targets, about maybe adjusting those on my runners to continue to see if I can grab more of the moves. Because like you were saying, if it's not getting back above the zero line, then it's a good, not necessarily a good chance, but it's continuation. You can look toward continuation to the downside move because we're not getting those extreme readings back on the other side of the zero line that you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I would just say, like, it's like everything else that we talk about. Like, look at the order flow. Look at your price structure. Where did sellers take control? Where did the pullback come from or come to? And then look at the volume. This volume compared to this volume in here. And all you can see it and usually we've been just using the volume bars and dots to give us that insight. The delta dot bars and dots. There's just a little bit of extreme volume here, and that's it, right? There's not a whole lot of buying in here at all, and you can see it in here. It really is. This is a low volume pullback, no doubt. So that's some pretty good ideas to take a look at and study, as you're saying. Let's see. Slowdown also says overall, it'd be nice to know a little bit more about your entry criteria and your VPOC migration trigger. Liquidity heat map definitely support the short bias. If you want to mention that about, or you kind of did already, about your VPOC migration, and that you would rather get in earlier. I don't know. I mean, it's your style. It's your, you're looking at a market structure by VWAP and VPOC, or looks like mid in VPOC, that's fine. Here's your VWAP here. Yeah. That's fine. Just make sure you're consistent with it, because you can get run over on these trades so easily, to the upside. And we don't know until the sellers come in and really start moving it the other way. So yeah, I mean, like maybe an entry in here could be good if there's a lot
Mhm.
of buying up here and a lot of stops up in here, and also maybe volume pressure imbalance up here. You can look for the sellers to try to move it back down to your VPOC here. Something to consider, and then your stop would be more or less at break even at this point here. I don't
Okay.
really mind your entry, to be honest, because you're looking for again, you had a little bit of criteria in here of exhaustion and selling coming in below VWAP here.
Right.
So
So
I'm sorry, VPOC. So you're looking for that to trade down into lower areas.
right. Usually when it's getting close to the VWAP mid area like that, I try to wait until the stops are taken out back on the other side, trade through VWAP or mid,
Uh-huh.
and just looking at it again. Uh, but when the VPOC migration came in, that's what gave me the I guess the extra
Th- th-
confidence to go ahead and
and go for it.
yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes good sense. I mean, like, it's really kind of tenuous up here. Like, it only stays
Mhm.
for a bit and comes right back down. What time of day was this? Is this East Coast?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So the one more note. Slowdown says so many levels in your notes. This is a really good comment. I like as well. That I mean, you've got three notes columns. You've got your cloud notes, two cloud notes, and your custom notes. Uh, that's fine. Uh, just I would say, like as we kind of described earlier, focus.
Yeah.
Trying to, I mean, this can be. I've seen this from a lot of professional traders out there too. I always found it confusing. But the less you can take, or the more you can take out of your chart, and the more you can focus on specific elements, probably the more clarity you're going to have in your trading.
Yeah, one of the cloud notes I had was is convergent trading. I don't know if it's okay for me to say that here.
Yeah, that's actually exactly one of the ones I was thinking of. I mean, like FT 71 has a lot of levels.
Well, yeah, I had it up for a while because I was just trying to I was just comparing my levels to his to see how accurate I was in plotting everything out
Okay.
before the session started. So that's why you see the two sets of cloud notes. I was just comparing the levels that I was coming up with on my own compared to his.
That's a very valid study.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then you from that study you will filter out and find what works better for you.
Right. Yeah. I
Uh,
feel confident. Yeah. Just looking at that, it made me feel more confident in the levels that I was seeing on my own. And so, yeah, I don't have a problem taking it away. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, I love it. The more that you can kind of compare and contrast and see, like, okay, this is working, this isn't working, or whatever it might be.
Hmm.
Then yeah, now you're honing your strategy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, good stuff. Anything else you want to add?
I think that's about it. You know.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No, thank you. I've been enjoying it.
Excellent. All right. I hope you're getting value out of the academy. General Iro, are you in the crowd and you want the mic? We went over your image last time as well. This time Slowdown's going through it, so got some different feedback for you.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. So now you're on your fourth week of Bookmap.
That's correct. Yes, of course. We
How's it
big
going?
member. Going well. It's going well. Learning a lot.
Excellent. So do you want to walk us through what you're looking at here? Is this the image? No, this isn't the image. Sorry.
No,
This is the
not.
same one we were just at. here. Yeah.
Which BA was yesterday. Yeah, so the first thing I'm looking at is the daily level.
Okay.
I'm always looking in the stick chart for my daily levels. 218.88 was level. So, and then the second thing, the second thing is mostly like high liquidity. On this one, there's not like that much, but you can see like a fake breakout
Here.
on the top. Yeah. So the second, structure broken, and then the third thing, the buyers. A lot of buyers are getting absorbed. You have high volume. Also, the market pulse. If you look at the market pulse, a lot of green spikes. And then the exhaustion came in. Buyers got tired, and you can see a lot of exhaustion. Some liquidity came in. And yeah, right around there, I went in. I took the entry, took a short.
So
Then where you see the liquidity coming in, more liquidity coming in later, and some also more exhaustion. 17, the low volume on the, which is also like quite important on the S&P on the top.
okay, so hold on a minute here. So your entry was 218.90. So up in here, is that correct?
No.
Up in here?
More left. Yeah, more on the left. Yeah, like
Okay.
right after the spike, I took the short. Yeah, around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you know? Like, okay, so you have was it after the 2 points of exhaustion that you got in? Or was it in here, or was it over here?
Around that, around there. Yeah, no, more on the left. Yeah, left.
Oh, over in here.
Because if you zoom, I cannot really zoom. If you zoom in,
Oh yeah, I can zoom in. Hold on. Okay.
It was some exhaustion on the spike up.
So here's your exhaustion here.
One more on the left.
Oh, this one here, right?
Yeah, that one, that red dot. That was some exhaustion. So I took around 18.90.
Yeah.
And then and that where your pencil is at, that's some more exhaustion. So I got like more confidence, and later on you got the liquidity came in. So I was like, this is a good trade.
Yeah.
It's gonna go well.
Yeah, this is very similar to your trade before.
Yeah, I like this setup.
Yeah.
It's
working well for you. I mean,
it's working well.
Yeah, I mean, you have your criteria, which is equal to the criteria before. You're reading everything well in here. Liquidity, exhaustion, exhaustion, high liquidity coming in, and then look at the sellers take it, right? This is your low volume pullback here, looking for that continuation to the downside. There's something in here, like, boy, it just scares me. I mentioned it last time, but this is your setup. So it is all of this move in here, and especially up in here. Now I know that it traded into high liquidity, you got a lot of absorption, and it's a false breakout. So you got that, and then this is I would personally feel a little more comfortable below here, but it doesn't matter what I think. This is your criteria, and so this is your entry here, and then how long are you holding this, and where are you looking to get out? Are you looking to get out down here? Is that what you said? Stops at the high target.
Mostly target is the
VWAP,
so the white line.
Yeah.
Because most of the time it hits the TLF and then comes back up. But I'm also looking at like a 2 out of 1 risk reward.
Okay.
So like below VWAP was fine. A lot
Okay.
of the time the VWAP is like way down, so the risk reward is a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is really nice in here. I mean, see a ton of liquidity thrown on the offer.
Yeah.
And
And also like the thing you mentioned about exhaustion, could have taken like at 218, 80 or 70. Because after that exhaustion, that's would it be better if I took that exhaustion at 5?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean,
But I got too confident and like just
did you want to? I have the daily up here of Boeing. Which day was this? Do you know?
yes, 13.
The 13th.
That yeah.
Okay. So
Uh,
this day here.
Wait. Check. Yeah, it was yesterday, 21st.
21st. Oh, okay. So this day here.
Yeah, so it was basically the 218.88 is 20.
Okay, so this was high of the day. It looks
High of the day.
looks like yeah, looks like this was high of the day, and you're looking for the failure and trading back down into the range, back to VWAP.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I mean, like
yeah, I mean, like this trade is not like the best one because like two important thing is like the daily level. The second important thing is high, like long-term high liquidity, and it's not like high a lot of liquidity.
Yeah.
As you can see. So.
Yeah, you mean.
But there was a lot of exhaustion, and
yeah,
I still liked it. So I took a chance.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is your setup. You're looking for that mean reversion, and oh, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? I think yeah, I should be okay. You're looking for this counter rotation, and so your criteria here is high of the day, trades into high liquidity, exhausts out here, well, especially here and in these areas in here. You're seeing the selling coming in. You're looking for the move back to kind of mean reversion or VWAP in this case. And I think that's it. Are you there? So anyway, let's go. I think we lost you on the mic. Anyway, I wanted to go through the comments on slowdown from slowdown here. Let's see, slowdowns. Liquidity added right at the back of the trapping. Yeah. Liquidity flip. No volatile consistencies in the market pulse reads in this example. Yeah, it is kind of all over the place. Yeah, a little hard on the market pulse. I mean, you're still getting it at some of these extremes. I haven't looked at market pulse too much in stocks. I imagine it's going to work like a freaking charm. But like I said, we get some. Oh, there you are.
I couldn't hear you for a moment.
Okay, sorry. I was just going through. If there's anything else you'd like to add, feel free. I was just going to go through slowdowns feedback.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. So yeah, he was just saying, yeah, clean and clear, which is true. Yeah, I really like that as well. You're looking at very specific things. You also have your criteria aligned. This is your trade setup. This is what you're looking for, and you've got your false breakout. You've got your exhaustion points. The selling is starting to come in, and then liquidity here on the offer. You're looking for the move back to an average, and you have nice liquidity starting to come in here. Someone had the same idea as you, or maybe you're trading a big size, and that is you, one or the other. Anyway, Slowdown says, yeah, clean and clear. Liquidity flip after initial move. As you can see, the trading through into these areas in here, and then on the bid up at these higher levels, which is nice. Yeah, and then the trap also, which is another really nice one too. I mean, everyone buying the breakout here, and just feeling the pressure on the way down. This is kind of a nasty move here by liquidity into these areas in here. I mean, look at that high liquidity, 37,000, almost 38,000 shares just thrown in here right after price moves, does this little move to the downside. No one's going to take that on. Sellers are already starting to move it, and no one's going to take that on, most likely. You've got liquidity here and here. Yeah, nice trap. And then suggestions. Yeah, you might want to play around. He said the market pulse isn't helping you too much. You might want to play around with it a little bit in different settings, and see if it can work. Your spike at number 4.
Yeah, I just started
Okay.
looking at the market. So I was thinking maybe not using.
Yeah, I'm not
focusing on the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, play around with the settings and see what you get. Like the beauty with the Market Pulse tool is like it works in real time and gives you the audio, but it also look at the sub chart here. It's beautiful that you get this reading in the sub chart like this. So try to align by playing with the settings. Try to align it with the spikes, and see how that works. Look for like a spike up into high liquidity at extreme range. Like here's the previous high here, and then look for the spike here. Like all of these spikes in here, these are pretty bad signals from Market Pulse. It's not giving you too much. Also, some of these in here not giving you too much as an extreme reading. This one sure is, but in here, like this is kind of it's just really back and forth, but it's still giving you extreme readings. That's when look at the settings, play around with the settings.
Can you get rid of it?
You can get rid of it and maybe look at another one that works for you, or you can look at a combination of two as well. Look at price change and the extremes with volume pressure. Yeah, I demoed that the other day. It's just for some ideas, so I can demo it tomorrow as well if you like. During the webinar. So let's see here. Yeah, I think that's it. And that was Slowdown's opinion. Was disregarding some of these and unless you're willing to consider other green spikes prior. Something to study. And look at, or maybe it's as simple as looking at these bigger levels in here and then disregarding everything in here unless it's only at your big levels. That's another way to look at it. But I would start with the settings and then check it out from there. All right, well, thank you, General Iro. And we've got a few more to go through here.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. And yeah, good work. We're a little more critical this time for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, excellent. All right, take care. And let's see. Next one. Minute. Got Alan up here from Jack. Shark Blue, Alan. Adrian. Okay, yeah, right. Boy, it's up to you guys in here. I mean, we've gone through quite a few, and it's been really good. We can try to quickly go through. So this is what we have left from Stan, and Stan's been. I got to let Stan talk. We got Stan, the coach here online. So he can take it from here and give him the mic. And what you saw. We'll start with Adrian, and you've only got two. So you got Adrian and you got Steven. So we'll start with Adrian here. And Adrian, if you want the mic as well, you and Stan can both talk.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hi, Stan. How are you doing?
Yeah, great. Thanks.
So, yeah, walk us through your coaching here.
Yeah, but I find very good what he does actually. Like we can see, like he's using the checklist. So he recognized like truck traders, the sellers at the bottom. Then the steep move, the strong move.
Yep.
So we have a low pullback on the number 3. Then yeah, exactly, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so he enter on the number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, on aggressive buying. So yeah, actually that's a good one. I would maybe just suggest there like for more liquidity on the bid.
On the bid in here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But that's the only thing actually. After it's a great tool, and we can even think with the even look with the market pulse. Like it was really showing like a buying activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I find this work very great.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. This has been really resonating with people, and me as well. Also, this idea, like we had mentioned before, like you're on this really strong impulse move. This is the cash open, right? 9:30. You're not going to get. I mean, this is your initial, move here. So these pullbacks in here, you're not going to get much of a strong reading. Get actually one. I'm sorry, Stan. Why don't you continue on with your analysis?
That's perfect. Like he took take profit front of liquidity. Another target was above at liquidity. No, I found a good example. I would just suggest maybe for more liquidity on the bid when he was entering.
Yeah.
And as you said, it was the cash open. So yeah, be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, even for the relative strong volume on the bottom, like we can already see the behavior.
Yeah, I find this to be so key, and then in relationship to these liquidity levels. I remember this day. I mean, this was just the other day, and we were in the webinar. I actually didn't see. Well, there was some. You can see some trapped. The trap in here. It was pretty thin, I thought, but but I can see what he's looking at. Yeah, I also love. I mean, there's some details in here. I know it's not part of the flag setup, which he's covering beautifully here. My feedback would be like a little bit on these are a little too strong of maybe they're not all 9s and 10s, but there is definitely a lot of buying coming in, and this is kind of the critical area for me. Like we don't see much liquidity underneath. We have a little bit of a pause here, but then that buying comes back in.
Yeah. It would be great to have a zoom view in this area.
Yeah. I have it on a replay file, I guess, but some interesting stuff in the second strong move. Look at the liquidity here on the bid.
Yeah, exactly.
This I think turned into a bigger flag pattern for the day, or kind of a strong move, pull back, and then it just continued on up
Mhm.
that day. So yeah, I mean, this was kind of initial scalp. Beautiful. I mean, God, he caught, from like 78 and entry here. So yeah, good, a nice solid 8 points out of that. But he took some off at 75 and then 78 with very little risk. It didn't go against him. I don't think a tick.
Yeah, no, not a tick.
Yeah. Anything else you want to mention, Stan?
No, but for him, yeah, no, it was a great one, and yeah, with confluences with the market pulse. So yeah, no, that was a good one.
Okay. We'll move on to the next one. What advice you want to give Stephen here?
That's Rob.
Oh, well, this was Rob.
Yeah, this is Rob.
Okay. Fix that then. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, but I can cover both of them if needed.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, we can really see the improvement that he made by time. And same, so yeah, he's looking at the flag strategy. So the same, great. So he properly identify like trap sellers, then the steep move, the consolidation. So flag, we can see like it was a low volume. Then buyers stepped in. So yeah, actually, yeah. So there is a first small steep on the left, like on the you just draw a yellow arrow, and he took a long there.
Right here with a little blue circle
No, on the left.
on the left. Oh,
Yeah, in the steep move, the way completely on the left.
in here.
Yeah, exactly. A bit right. Yeah, there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's hard to read.
So yeah, there is a consolidation, and then he took a long right there on the right.
Over.
No. Left.
I'm sorry, Stan. I can't. I just can't see it.
No.
So guide my pencil.
Yeah. All right. Left.
Here.
Yeah, there. Yeah, exactly there.
Got it.
So yeah, there is a first tip move when we had like or trap sellers, then we can really see like the conviction of the buyer that came in, and even the liquidity added, even if the ball just after. But this one was a good one, for me. He could take profit liquidity, but actually the trade went against him, and he preferred to took some profit just above his entry on the big red bubble on the left.
Big red bubble on the left. He.
Yeah, so he took there and he closed quite tight.
Up here.
Flat. Yeah, exactly.
I see it. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of I'm with you on that with the getting out here. I mean, if you kind of front ran some of this high liquidity, or you're looking for the kind of move into here, you're basically getting out at the same area.
Yeah.
So up in here you have some exhaustion. We don't know if it maybe it will kind of bounce off of this and come back up. But he sees the big red dot and he decides, I'm out. I'm going to protect some profit and get out.
Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah. I think so too.
And so yeah, and then he recognized like a measure flag. and we're here really at the end of it, when we can really see like a lot of green bubble like becoming bigger and just larger and larger. And that was a great entry. Maybe I would just say more liquidity on the bid too, but the move was good, and we can see with the market pulse like we were in a buying activity.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Another kind of read. I mean, this is really back and forth with market pulse in here, but by far, there's way more on the buy side here. So you look at the delta dots and look at the price movement. You know, this is telling you something. It's giving you good information. So you now instead of looking for the pullbacks to kind of a, like we were talking earlier with CMJ, it was kind of, at the average area you're looking for it. Well, now you can look for it down in here, and then look for the if you are still bullish in here and you have your criteria after this spike, look for the buyers to come back in. That's a possibility.
A spring or a crash.
Yeah. Like crash and also like slowdown. Exactly. I mean, you're look. Here's your. Let me clear these for a second. Here's your move below the swing. This is a quick move. Here is your extreme reading here, and then the buyers start to come in. Now, I'm kind of with Rob on this. Like I would be. I don't know if I would be in this area in here, maybe in here, but I don't see enough buyers here. I know though the buyers are going, and I like Rob's entry in here.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
And he's good at recognizing like the order flow. I would maybe suggest to go
where I entered there, that second entry.
In here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of wondering if I could have gotten in a little bit earlier. There's the big red bubble that dipped down real low, and then there's that second one that stepped up a little bit. Yeah, right there. So I'm wondering if that might have been a better entry than where I did enter.
I don't know. I mean, like what Stan had said, you don't have much liquidity, on the bid in this area. It's more a volume play, and going with the momentum. And this flag in here is kind of a funny, it's not a really, really bullish flag. But I just to get to your entry in here, I don't think it's bad. In fact, I would even feel safer back up into even above it maybe a bit. Where you drew your trend line, and this would be more of like a kind of a breakout at that point. I mean, I just, in terms of criteria, what do you have on your side? And you don't have much in here.
I kind of saw when that volume started to take off, like, okay, it seems like it's breaking out of that shape.
Yeah.
Like, we can start heading up towards that liquidity that's up higher.
Yeah. Any of these areas, I mean, to begin with, up in here and up in here as well. Yeah. Rob, I have to commend you. I mean, like, this is great. Look at how much more focused you are, looking at very specific things. And you have your reasoning. You have the setups here as well, and you're grading it, looking for this to work out.
Yeah, the grading it with the checklist, it's kind of subjective. I'm just kind of going, oh, this kind of looks like, I'll give it a 1 out of 10. Oh, this looks like a 7. Oh, this looks like a 9, whatever. I'm just kind of doing it like that.
That's true. I'm with you on that. This will happen over time. And the more that you document your trades like this, the better you'll get at your being more objective with your scoring.
Oh, way over on the left there where I got the 2 circles.
Mm-hmm.
And you see how that liquidity, that's all getting absorbed.
Yeah.
That's all getting, you see all of See the green and purple squares, I made them a lot smaller. That's the absorption indicator. You see all that activity going on.
Yeah.
All of that liquidity got filled, and you see how it's getting lighter and lighter, and then it starts taking off. So I wonder if that's something that could be an entry point, but
I don't.
I mean, I didn't see it at the time.
I don't think so. I mean, this, in terms of the setup, this is a number one up here. You're looking at your identify trap traders and develop scenarios. You're trap trading, or, I mean, look at your market structure in here. Look at that liquidity here, 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 and also down here. Okay. Look at the retest here. And you can draw a line across here, right? That's being even kind of a little bit bullish. It should probably be more closely aligned here. Anyway, all right, here I can just use a line tool. So, all right, there we go. So here's your market structure. Here's your, potentially stops, trap volume, etc. That's where you're looking for. Okay, who's pushing it on the other side? Where are the trap traders? What's the scenario going to be? And I think you got it. I don't think this is a place to mess with unless you're looking at more microstructural areas.
Okay.
Yeah,
I get it. Once you see the volume start to break out of there, then that's when you're going, okay, this is starting to head further up.
Yeah. So I mean, I think the trick is to on this setup is what you're looking for is as much support as you can get on your side. Who's on your side? And you can look at this area in here as the stop runs, the trap traders, the absorption by the larger players, or getting filled in here, no question about it. And then the move away from it, move away from that area, and it's got to be on strong volume. The other thing in here is the what I kind of found funny about this flag pattern in here is it's like not really the cleanest at all, and that's why I think you see a lot of chop in here. You identified it clearly. Who's in control is the buyers, but there's a lot of chop in here. This would be kind of like your first flag, and then which you grabbed right here. I don't know if you saw the buyers come in first. This would make me feel better up here. And then maybe you can also see some of the liquidity. It came in a little bit later, but maybe some was in here as well to kind of push that up into here. And then I would be looking to take some up there, take some profit off up here. You got out here, and we already talked about that, which is not bad.
Yeah, I was kind of I was kind of anticipating, it could still go higher than that. Then it started to pull back, and I figured, I'm going to get out of this now, wait for the next one.
Yeah. Which is good thinking. What kills you is what if it did it here, anyway, like what I kind of mean to mention here is this as being the really strong move is not that strong. It's not bad, but it kind of came up here and then it chopped, and then it got kind of strong in here, but then it chopped a lot. And that's where you can also see the market pulse that Stan was mentioning here. You're getting back and forth in here in market pulse. So this is
market pulse. I have not been able to figure out at all how to interpret that thing yet.
Well, maybe take some of the ideas we talked about earlier with crash and slowdown.
Yeah, I'll look back over that again and see if I can try to figure out. I mean, to me, it's just I just can't read it yet. It's just a bunch of squiggles to me at this point.
Okay.
So
Go back. We'll cover it more in the webinars, but go back and take a look as a confluence in some of these areas. Crash is even using it as a signal at this point. Anyway, so one of the things in the flag pattern here in the setup in the checklist, like if the stronger this is in here, the less chop there will be in here, most likely, and the strong move will also come back in again, and you did identify that in here pretty nicely.
yeah, that second leg, that's much cleaner.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
think that was a way better entry right there.
Yeah, I like it a lot as well. Yeah, anyway, like that's just, we mentioned this I think in the other webinar the other day, that you know, when you have really get into the details in here on your setup, and I know, like you said, it's subjective, but you'll get better at it and looking at some of these things. Like, how strong of a move is this? Well, if it's that strong of a move, it shouldn't do this, right? It should be strong and consistent all the way through. So it was kind of a mini flag pattern, a bunch of chop, and then it kind of turned into kind of somewhat of another flag pattern. And like I said, it doesn't matter about the flag pattern. What matters is about the momentum, and then the sellers not really being there on a low volume pullback to look for more buyers in another momentum move into the high liquidity. So where the buyers meet the sellers up in these areas. That was my only comment.
And I had that liquidity up there as my exit area, but that move actually went way further up.
Yeah.
If you remember that day,
I do. Yeah.
It went way further up than that.
Yeah. This was just the beginning of the move.
Yeah. So I'm kind of wondering also, like, how do I, because I found myself like that sometimes. I get this really good entry, and then I'm just letting it go too early and not following the momentum, and it just keeps on going and going, and I could have a really huge win if I could figure out, okay, this is not the time to exit. This is just time to keep continuing with it.
Yeah, that's.
I prematurely exit on a lot of these.
I don't know, Stan. Do you have any comments on that?
But I think more you are in the market, more it is risky. So I think it's great to sometimes have just a fixed target somewhere and take your profit, and don't think to go too higher or scale, let a runner. Yeah, depends your profile.
Yeah, I agree, and like, don't worry about some of the things that that you could have had. You're studying something very specific, and you're looking for it to play out the way that you have studied. That's it.
Yeah, I had a lot of confidence in that second entry, what I was seeing, versus that first entry where it was more choppy.
Right.
The second one, it felt pretty clear to me what I was looking at.
That's beautiful. So keep it simple. Don't worry about what you could have had. Look for that to play again and again. That's what builds the confidence.
All right. Well, I think that's about all that I have to say about it.
Okay.
All right. Well, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Rob. Let's see. We had one more. And
it's Steven, I think, or Addon.
Alan, did you cover this one, or I think it was Jack that went over it?
Yeah, that's Jack. Yeah.
You can go over it if you like, Stan.
Oh, no, that's okay. I leave you.
Okay.
No way.
Well, we've been going quite a while here, guys, and we had a lot of tech problems, which we will iron out. I thought we had it this time, but we didn't. some new kind of wrenches in the gears there. Anyway, yeah, all right, I'll just go through this and what Jack had looked at here. And thanks, Stan. Appreciate it. You can stay on if you can stay on if you like. But
right.
yeah, I'll bounce some ideas off you here. So going through Allen in here, large amount of resting liquidity here in the book, market consolidation in here, stop runs along the way, on the way up, also fueling the rally. Some iceberg buying, and then driving up into liquidity. Okay, so consolidation, breakout on consolidation. Yep, there's your entry right there, it looks like. And potential stop run, stop location, higher highs. Yep, resting liquidity. Okay, and hold on a minute here. And Jack has a lot of comments. So for you guys that I didn't really give Jack justice on that. He made a lot of comments on your spreadsheets. So you guys go check out your spreadsheets and look it up, because Jack had given you guys a lot of good feedback. Spent quite a bit of effort going through these trades. Let me find it here in Discord, and I can read some of it out here. Alan. Yeah, there's quite a bit of feedback in here. Anyway, yeah, he says there's a lot of great elements in this, and yeah, just stick to your methods in here, like is what Jack is talking about, like more conservative entry by waiting for that support in the pullback, entering at the same level, just after you get at 2, just after you get push higher from that. So maybe some of these areas in here, here's your pullback, and then looking for maybe entry in here, and then exit here. Now this is where I think is worthy of some real study, to look at how this broke out here and is starting to ramp up again on volume here. I know that you're maybe scaling, or you're getting out here, and you got a small win on your hands. That's really good. But there was a lot more buy volume that came in here. I mean, you could at least hold it to maybe up here, or higher, because you're pointing to these areas anyway, and that's where all the resting liquidity is. So there's some potential for this to go up there. Now this is a real deep pullback here. So it didn't make it up here immediately. It pulled back hard here, and on some pretty good selling. But then the buyers came right back in and moved it back up. Anyway, maybe some of that initial liquidity here to front run. I don't know if I can't quite see it. Looks like there was some in here, but it's hard to see in the NASDAQ because they keep on adding and pulling as it's going up. This clearly though is staying in the book, so maybe you could have gotten a bit more out of it here. Look at some measured moves in here too, potentially, for some of those to line some of your targets. Yeah, so let's see, he says following from 4, we can see higher highs and higher lows, not to mention that we find support right at the levels of initial break, and that's where he'd be specifically looking for a runner. Okay, so after that point, you putting a stop below 4 and trailing it from there. and then looking for the higher liquidity up in here in 5. So yeah, Alan, go through Jack's feedback, and he's got his numbers in here, and he's got quite a bit of writing here. I can show you some of it in here. So there's a lot of notes in here to go through. All right. Anyway, some really good stuff in here. And Alan and Rob, guys are making some real nice progress. It's great to see. It's great to see like your charts that were all kind of detailed out it had a lot of information on it, and now it's focused, which is great stuff. So anyway, that's all I got. Alan, do you have the mic, or did you have anything you wanted to add? Stan, anything you wanted to add?
No, that's great. That's great.
Okay.
I'm hearing.
Okay.
No, yeah, but I think great what you said. Like he could take profit on liquidity or enter on this pullback just after this entry, for example, like Jack would love, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And trailing that stop as well, keep protecting your risk, being very vigilant about that.
Yeah.
Alan, looks like you got the mic. You're still muted at the moment.
You hear me now?
Yes, there you are.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, like, I know it could have run up more, but I know, like, you always say this a lot, that how many times have we seen it, like, the first attempt at trying to break through, like, an obstacle, like a highly resting liquidity, and it gets right to it, like, like, so, and then it just reverses.
Yeah.
So I like to front run, to be sure, because my thinking is, by the time it gets that high, I'm satisfied with the trade. And yes, it can still, I understand, again, it still has some more fuel and stuff, but there's so many times, and I know you from experience, I've said it dozens of millions of times, of it gets right to that resting liquidity and then it reverses on you.
Yeah.
And it's really a bitch. So I just I figure, if that's, I'm happy with that. If the trade gets up to the liquidity line, that's the reason I didn't hold any longer.
Okay. Yeah, just not a criticism. It was just a feedback and suggestion, and wanted to understand your reasoning. And you.
Yeah, where do I all these comments? Where do I see them?
Well, your spreadsheet should be in your spreadsheet.
I saw some comments he made in the column, but that page you just showed of everything.
Oh, okay.
Is in my spreadsheet.
Yeah, it should be. If not, then I'll put it in there, or
okay.
Jack will put it in there. But he's been writing volumes, so yeah, definitely go check it out, guys. I mean, like look, a lot of you guys are not filling out your spreadsheets, and you're posting in Discord. I don't understand it. Like just put it in your spreadsheet. All you have to do is go to post. You could post it in Discord. Yeah, go ahead and do that. So come in here and go to let's say your Bookmap Academy here. Take here, Alan. Here's yours, and then just you can just right click on it, and copy the link right here. That's it. Have your spreadsheet open it up, and just paste it right in. As simple as that. And it doesn't take any effort at all. And then you've captured it in here. You're part of the Bookmap Academy. We can use it now, and you're building your way into Bookmap Academy and getting Bookmap for free and becoming a streamer and all that good stuff. So Alan, I know you've been doing it, so it looks good. I encourage you guys to try it. We're not asking for much, just one a day. and just a quick after the post, copy it and paste it into your spreadsheet, and you'll get your feedback. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Crash. There should be in there. Anyway, we'll yeah. I know you were one of them, Crash. You were just like one image after another, and it's like I look over your spreadsheet, and it's like there's nothing in it, and it's like, oh God, okay, I got to reach out. All right, guys. So anyway, thanks everybody. Really good stuff. I know these meetings are going way long. Maybe we'll do them once a week and then cover less. Right? It's I wanted to do this before Thanksgiving though, because we haven't done it for a while, and it wouldn't be until another week or two that we'd be able to do another meeting. So one thing for those of you that you want to get Bookmap, you haven't gotten it, or you want to try it and you want to take part in the academy, there is that Black Friday deal that's on now. Okay, so just let me show you the links in here. Here it's live right now. Here's your page, and I put the link into the chat, both in YouTube and in Discord, and you can try it for 3 months, or you can try it if you're a new user for the first month, you get that 60% discount. If you're interested in that, please read through this. Click on the grab the deal here, and it goes through the offer. This is for current subscribers as well. If you have a monthly subscription, get it for 3 months, get the discount, and then for digital users or free users, as well as non-active subscribers, that means you had it and you unsubscribed, you can get the deal here again too, or brand new users can get it as well. And then the month deal is here for brand new users, or it's also good for free digital users, as well as previous paid subscribers as well. Okay, so you can get that month back at 60% discount. So some good stuff here, and try it, see if you like it. This is the opportunity. Yeah, click on the more button. You can go to under community here, go to Bookmap Academy, and you're good to go. Just want to say thank you to everybody, the coaches, especially Jack, Slowdown, Stan, also Dan. Thanks a lot for you guys staying up late here. Although you don't have Thanksgiving, but thank you for staying late, and thank you for your very much, guys, for partaking in this program and providing us with your trade journals here so that we can go through them and give some feedback. I think we got something good here, and we'll continue to build this out in the future. All right. So yeah, thanks everybody. Have a good
thanks, Bruce. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Alan. Thanks everybody. Thanksgiving, and have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll see you. I'll be in on Friday for the webinars, and so it's a half day, but I've got something kind of interesting to go over if there's no real price action. So we're going to talk about first principles. I'll leave it at that. All right, Elon Musk always talks about first principles. We're going to talk about it in trading, and I'm looking forward to going over it with you guys. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for participating in here. Some really good stuff, and I hope you got some good feedback. Okay. Yeah. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.